Please subscribe to my channel to help me grow. The office party buzzed with laughter and the clink of champagne glasses, but beneath the glittering lights, I felt a tightening in my chest, a premonition I couldn't place. I was nursing a scotch, trying to appear casual, when Marissa, my wife's boss, approached. Her heels clicked against the polished floor, a rhythm that seemed to echo in my skull. She stopped beside me, leaned in, and slipped a small envelope into my hand. "Don't open this here," she whispered, her voice low, urgent. "Go home first." Her eyes held something I couldn't immediately name. Fear? Regret? Or maybe warning? I nodded, swallowing the lump forming in my throat. The envelope was heavy, crisp, and official-looking, but my mind raced faster than my fingers could process. Why would she hand me something like this? My stomach twisted with the kind of dread that makes your legs go numb. I spent the rest of the evening in a daze, pretending to chat with colleagues, but every laugh, every toast, felt like it was taking place in someone else's world. The envelope burned in my pocket, a tangible weight pressing against my leg. Finally, I excused myself, stepping out into the cold night air. The city lights blurred, my hands trembling as I gripped the envelope in the taxi. At home, I placed it on the kitchen counter, staring at it as if it might explain itself. The silence of the apartment was deafening. I could hear my own heartbeat pounding, a relentless drum in my chest. My fingers shook as I tore the seal. Inside, photographs spilled out. My stomach dropped as I recognized the setting. Our favorite weekend getaway cabin, and then the faces. My wife, smiling, leaning into a man I didn't know. The images were intimate, far too intimate, the kind of moments meant for secret lovers, not a marriage that promised fidelity. I sank into a chair, the envelope slipping from my numb fingers. Betrayal clutched me like ice, freezing my blood, leaving me gasping for a foothold in reality. My mind screamed in fragments. It can't be real. She loves me. It's a mistake. Maybe it's work-related. She couldn't. But each photo crushed another piece of denial. My chest ached not just from heartbreak, but from rage. I wanted to confront her, to shake the truth out of her, to demand answers. I heard the front door click and then the familiar soft padding of her feet. My body tensed instinctively, and for a moment I imagined smiling, pretending I hadn't seen the world collapse in those photographs. She appeared in the doorway, radiant and unsuspecting, carrying a bottle of wine, oblivious to the storm about to break. "Hey, honey," she said, her smile lighting up the kitchen. "How was the party?" I didn't answer. The silence stretched, unbearable, thick with all the words I couldn't say. Her expression faltered, suspicion flickering in her eyes. "What's wrong?" I lifted the envelope, the dam of my restraint breaking. The photos slid from my hands like water, scattering across the counter. Her smile froze, replaced by a flicker of panic. You were with him," I stammered, voice trembling. "At the cabin, all this time?" Her lips quivered. I can explain." But no explanation could undo the avalanche of betrayal. The love I'd clung to, the trust I'd built, had shattered in an instant. I felt tears of fury and grief sting my eyes, and my throat tightened, catching every rational thought. Every memory, every shared laugh, now carried a poison I couldn't swallow. Marissa's warning, the envelope, the careful secrecy. It all made sense now. Someone had tried to save me from discovering it in a public setting. But the damage was done. I realized that love, even when deeply felt, doesn't inoculate you from deceit. It only makes the fall more excruciating. I didn't scream. I didn't strike. I just stared at her, the photographs, the fragile remnants of trust, and understood that some things, once broken, could never be repaired. My heart felt hollow, a silent chamber echoing the treachery I had no choice but to face. The room was heavy with unspoken words and shattered illusions. I knew, in that moment, that my life had changed irrevocably, that the woman I loved was no longer the person I thought she was. And though the night outside remained cold and still, inside me, the storm raged on, relentless, merciless and all-consuming.